Hey guys, in this video I'll be taking a quick look at the LEGO Mandalorian Starfighter set and deciding on whether or not I think you should buy it. So starting with figures, you get 3 of them in the set. We have Bo-Katan, just a regular Mandalorian, and Gar Saxon. And before anybody starts freaking out, I know that Bo-Katan's antenna is on the wrong side of the helmet. That is something that I didn't want to do, but I had to because the antenna would not fit in the right side of the helmet. It just would not go in the hole that LEGO has on the side of the helmet. I don't know if this one just wasn't cut properly, but it would not allow the antenna to go in. So unfortunately, Bo-Katan's antenna is in backwards. But messed up antenna aside, these figures all look really good. Bo-Katan's helmet looks really nice, and the printing on the torso and legs is great. The regular Mandalorian, honestly, is a great looking figure, a lot better than the ones we got back in 2011. That helmet print looks really nice, also like the dark gray, kind of like metallic color for it. And the torso and legs are great on that one as well. And Gar Saxon is easily the best minifigure in this set, if not one of the best minifigures in the entire summer wave. This helmet piece is just fantastic. I mean, it kind of sucks when it's used on the Mandalorian armor, but for Gar Saxon, it looks amazing. Those horns look great, and the printing for that yellow visor just looks incredible. And the red printing on the helmet looks great as well, not to mention, again, the great torso and leg detailing. As for faces, Bo-Katan gets a nice little face print with whatever that headband thing is that she wears. And she also gets a hairpiece, although that does cover up most of that printing on her head. The regular Mandalorian just gets a blank head, which is unfortunate, but I guess that kind of makes sense. And then Gar Saxon also gets a face print, and that looks pretty nice as well. All 3 of these figures get the standard LEGO jetpack piece in the same color, looks great as always. And you can see each figure does have back printing, which is a nice inclusion, although you wouldn't really see it that much, but it is nice to know that the figures just have that little bit of extra detailing. And Bo-Katan also has an alternate face print, which is nice. I would have liked to see one for Gar Saxon, but since he doesn't have a hair piece to cover it up, I do understand why they did not include one. So moving on to the Starfighter itself, you can see right off the bat that this thing is tall. Putting a minifigure next to it, you can see the wings do go up quite a bit. And this thing is actually taller than even the Bad Batch shuttle, which is $40 more than this set. You can see that the wings in landed mode do extend well past that of the Bad Batch shuttle. One thing you may have also noticed is that this has a tendency to fall forward in landing mode, and actually doesn't really have a tendency, it will always do that because there is nothing in the front here, no landing gear, no nothing to hold up the front nose, so it's just going to flop down. And that's a bit annoying if you want to display it in landing mode, but honestly, I don't really recommend having it sitting in this position anyway, because you can see that the undersides of the wings really do not look that great. Yes, they did try, and it doesn't look terrible, but the anti-studs just don't look that great on display. The other side of the wing, though, however, is really what you're meant to look at with this ship. You can see that there is some beautiful detailing on these wings. I'm a huge fan of all the different colors that they used, from light gray and dark gray to a lighter blue and a darker blue. And as you probably just realized, there is a spring-loaded shooter on either side of the wing. And they won't really misfire like that very often since you're not really going to be grabbing it. But you can see that they just are attached on the tip of the wing. And these are very easy to just leave out if you're not a fan of them. One of the 2 main features with this craft is that the wings can fold down. So all you got to do is grab it, and it's on a bit of a ratchet joint, so you just push it forward. And now you have your Mandalorian Starfighter in flight mode. And then the other major feature you could say with this set is that the main cockpit area can rotate. So you can get it kind of flying vertically like this. You could even get it flying upside down if you wanted it to, but this looks horrifically ugly because the underside of the wings. The way this works is just that this is attached with a ball joint to the back of the craft here. So this can just spin 360 degrees. And you can see you do have 2 stud shooters on either side there. You have kind of a brick-built turret on the back that can also rotate right there. And there are a few stickers around the body of the set here. You can see there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and there's some on the windshield piece right there. And you also have 2 laser cannons at the front, although those don't actually fire. That's reserved for the spring-loaded shooters, and the stud shooters on the side of the cockpit. And the cockpit really isn't anything special on this set, so you can see there are some gaps here, which is a bit unfortunate. But you just flip this up, and you can see you have seats for 2 minifigures, so Bo-Katan and the regular Mandalorian. And you get one control panel along with a Nexonite shield right there. No studs to hold them down, so unfortunately they will rattle around a bit, but it's not too big of a deal. The real unfortunate thing for me with this is there is no spot to store their weapons. So Bo-Katan and the Mandalorian each have 2 pistols. So that's 4 guns you're going to have to find a place for while you have them flying the Starfighter. And unfortunately, like I said, there is no storage compartment either in the back or underside of the vehicle. You also get engines on either wing for this thing, and these also kind of act as quote-unquote landing gear for it. And just giving you a bit of a view of the detail on the wings here. Like I said, this looks great. The top of the wing more than makes up for the kind of lackluster appearance of the underside. And if you wanted to display your Mandalorian Starfighter like this, you are going to need clear bricks underneath it, because just like in landing mode, this will flop forward, and that doesn't look that great. One kind of flaw I have noticed with the build is that if you grab it just by this, not even if you're trying to pick it up, you just grab this, like maybe just to spin it, you will see that it kind of starts to come off right here. It's not too secure of an attachment, and I'm not really sure why. I didn't build anything wrong. There's nothing like inherently flimsy about the build. It's just if you pick it up or just grab it by these like little end parts of the nose, it will start to pull up on the studs right here. So that is the Mandalorian Starfighter. This set retails for $60 in the US. And the price to part ratio is pretty good on this one. And 3 minifigures for 60 bucks isn't great, but it's not terrible either. And like you get what you need here. Maybe a 332nd clone would have been nice, or maybe a regular Mandalorian figure would have been cool. But I'm fine with the figure selection since all 3 of these figures are top notch. As for the build, other than just like the little bit of flimsiness right here and kind of the look of these wings flipped up, the build is really solid. I really like the way that this thing looks. And to come back to the should you buy it question that I posed at the beginning of this video, I think yes, definitely. If you are a fan of the Clone Wars or a fan of Mandalorians or a fan of both, this set is definitely well worth your $60. This is honestly probably one of the best sets of the summer 2021 wave and one of the best values as well. So I definitely recommend picking up this set. So that will do it for this video. That's pretty much everything I have to say on the LEGO Mandalorian Starfighter set. If you guys have any thoughts you want to share, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, a like is very much appreciated. It really helps out the channel. And if you really enjoyed the video and you want to see more from me, consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell. It really means a lot if you do. And that will do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.